Hi, hello, welcome to my place on the internet. My name is Amanda and I post mostly lifestyle content, including this video where I am going to talk about some of my unpopular opinions. Just know that my opinion is probably trash. Like, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that if you like these things then you're wrong or your opinion is invalid. I'm really only making this because I made one in 2018, so I wanted to make an updated version of that because my opinions have changed a little bit and whatnot. And yeah, with that being said, let's just get into this. The first trend in this category is dad shoes. I have never gone on board with them since day one. Like, they're meant for dads, like, you know what I'm saying? They like don't really look cute to me at all, so I just think people hype them up too much. That's all I can really say about that. Number two, Champion, the brand that used to be like $2 at Walmart. Like, I just woke up one day and it was super high priced and people were wearing it everywhere. I honestly, how does that even happen? I don't think it's cute enough to be worth the price, especially when it used to be one price and it went up so much. Number three, shaving. This is mostly targeted at women who don't want to shave but feel like they are pressured to shave or like they have to from like society. I think it's dumb. So yeah, I actually stopped shaving my legs because of this. But yeah, I think it's overrated and it costs a lot of money too if you add it up over all the years. So it's pretty much just pointless. Number four in this category is brand names. I don't like hate brand names or anything. I'm just saying that buying an item of clothing specifically because it is a brand name is such an overrated thing, especially because sometimes the items aren't even cute. Like, they're low-key ugly and people buy them just because it says Gucci on it or just because it says Chanel. Literally Forever 21 probably has stuff that's cuter than that, so I just don't really know why you would buy something that's more expensive just because of the name. Number five is clear bags. I think this is kind of not becoming a trend anymore, but it's still like there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I also had to buy one because I'm going to an Ariana Grande concert. I think they're fine for like stadium events or events where like you literally have to have a clear bag or else you can't bring anything. But other than that, just like wearing them for fun, I don't really understand the point of, because you can literally just see everything in them. Like, I don't want people seeing my belongings. Number six, the last one in this category, is eyelash extensions. Honestly, I've heard so many bad things about eyelash extensions and how they like literally damage your natural eyelashes. It's getting to the point where so many people have them that they don't even really look good anymore. Like, at first I was like, yeah, they look so good on people. But now that everyone has them, it's just like the norm and it doesn't really stand out anymore. It's so much more expensive to get eyelash extensions than to just buy mascara. The first one in this category is Canon, the camera company slash printer company, I think. I don't know. I'm targeting like their cameras for this unpopular opinion. Like, yes, I do agree that their cameras are good quality, but I think at the same time people buy their cameras just because it's Canon. This kind of goes along with like the brand name fashion one, actually. I'm not saying all people do this, I'm just saying it's kind of overrated. Next in this category is AirPods. I don't even know if this is actually an unpopular opinion or if everyone just agrees with this, but AirPods are so overrated, mainly because of the price. Like, there's nothing actually wrong with the product itself. The product itself is great, but you can literally get non-Apple AirPods or like wireless earbuds on Amazon for under $30. Like, that's what I did and they work just as fine. And really, wireless Bluetooth earbuds are not as life-changing as people make them out to be. Next in this category is Polaroids. I think people hype up Polaroids to an extent that it's like their life. I'm also a little bit mad because I found out recently that Polaroids are not vegan or vegetarian. They have gelatin in them, so I don't know if that's why I'm making this or that's why this is on here, but I also think people do rate Polaroids like so high when in reality they're not that cool. Like, you can definitely live your life without them, you know what I'm saying? Next is Chrome slash Internet Explorer slash any internet browser that is not Safari. I think people often talk bad about Safari or like judge people for literally using Safari. It's ridiculous. I don't really know why, to be honest. Like, I used to use Safari until people kept telling me like, I can't believe you use Safari in 2019. Obviously there are different features, controls, and functions on the different web browsers, but for the most part their main function is exactly the same, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Next is Facebook as a company. In 2018, when I made my unpopular opinions video, I had Facebook as like a social media app on the list. but this time I put it as like a company, so that includes like WhatsApp and Instagram and things like that. I think the company of Facebook is so overrated just because they kind of ruin everything. Like, who's the one that took away Instagram's chronological features? Just saying. And lastly in this category is Snapchat. I have like a love-hate relationship with Snapchat. I go on sprees where I delete it for 6+ months. It's really easy to compare yourself to other people on Snapchat, and I think especially now with Instagram stories and Facebook stories and all the other stories that are coming out on different social media platforms, Snapchat's kind of like, I don't want to say irrelevant, but it's kind of unnecessary just because we already see people's stories on other social media platforms. So the first thing in this category, I know this is gonna upset some people, you know, I can't do anything about it, is protein. So I am vegan. As you can imagine, I'm often asked where I get my protein. There is protein in every single whole plant food in the world, pretty much. Most Americans literally consume too much protein. So I think it's so overrated that the fact that you like need protein, because we're already getting enough protein. The next one in this category is cheese. And for a while, I was one of the people that overrated cheese. The thing is, cheese actually has components in it that get you addicted to it. Look it up, do research. I'm like not kidding. And I think that is why people overrate it, because their brain is literally addicted to it. So I completely understand this one. I just think people hype it up too much to be something that it's not. Next is meat. This is so overrated, especially like within the health communities, especially chicken and fish. People literally think that meat is necessary to live a healthy lifestyle. You can live a healthy lifestyle anyway. You don't need meat to live a healthy lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? The only thing you need to live a healthy lifestyle is fruits and vegetables. The keto people are shaking. But yeah, next is celery juice. This has been a trend recently and I'm not really sure why, because I mean, people seem to think that celery juice is like some kind of amazing thing that will give them all their nutrients in the morning and help them be skinny and healthy, when it's literally just celery and water. So celery doesn't have all the macros that you need in it. Like, go ask a nutritionist. From what I've seen, people don't usually enjoy the taste of celery juice. It's kind of just like bearable, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have all the nutrients that you need for like a complete meal. So I think replacing it as a meal for breakfast is not good. Next is Girl Scout cookies. Before I go too deep into this, I do like Girl Scout cookies. Like, I know there's a couple that are vegan, at least 2 that I know of. So yeah, I do like them, but I think people overrate them a lot. Like, I could go without having them for years and be fine, but people like to have them every single year and like rave about them being the best thing ever, when like, I don't know, they're not like that good, you know what I mean? Like, they're pretty much the same as like an Oreo. Like, I could have either or and be fine. So I don't understand why people think they're like the bomb.com. Next up is soft drinks. I personally do not like to have them just because they're unhealthy. Like, I like the taste, of course. It's pretty much just sugar. I definitely think that people act like they have to have soft drinks wherever they go, or else they're gonna like die. There's just so many more benefits to drinking something like water that I think soft drinks need to stop being rated so highly. The last one in this category is caffeine. I just think people kind of survive off of caffeine, like basically by giving it to themselves every single day to the point where they can't function without it. Well, obviously it's not healthy at all, but I think that people don't really realize how unhealthy it actually is. It can cause like literally depression and anxiety, or it can worsen them. It annoys me more that people kind of like glamorize caffeine in a way that makes it seem like appealing to kids, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's probably why I think it's overrated. The first one in this category is Netflix. And to be fair, I do watch Netflix sometimes, but really only like once every couple months. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think people put an importance on streaming networks over like live TV, and I get it. Like, it's much more convenient, but at the same time, I don't think it's good to be watching shows back to back like that. Yeah, it's definitely not good for you. I think it's okay in moderation, but I think people go like overboard with this and watching Netflix and streaming services. So that's why I put this on the list. Next is The Bachelor. I have tried watching this like multiple times just because I always hear people say how good it is. It's not good. I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone, but like, I just personally think it's very overrated. There's so many better TV shows out there than The Bachelor. People are really out here pretending it's like the best show ever. Like, honey, no. The third thing that I have in this category is Taylor Swift. And like many of the other things that I've had in this video, I do like Taylor Swift's music for the most part, but I think people think she's a better singer than she actually is, if that makes sense. Like, yes, she does have a good voice, but she's not like Ariana Grande or Brendan Urie, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have that vocal range. Like, yeah, she's good, but she's definitely overrated. Then I have Game of Thrones. I've actually never seen this, but I have seen the trailers and I am not interested at all. I think people talk about it way too much for some strange reason, so I don't know why people think it's like the best show ever, along with The Bachelor. But yeah, I'm not hating on it. I think it probably is really interesting for some people. It's just not something that I really like. Number 5 is Selena Gomez, and this goes back to the Taylor Swift one, where honestly, I think people think she has a better voice than she actually does, and I like her as a person. I'm just really talking about her music. I don't think her music is like at this level, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not there. And finally, the last thing in this entire video is Titanic, the movie. I think it is seen as like one of the best movies for a lot of people, when in reality, it's an okay movie, you know? I mean, it's a good movie. It's just not the best movie of all time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people think it's better than it actually is. That is everything for this video. I really hope you enjoyed and did not get too upset. Let me know how many you agreed with or how many you disagreed with, and yeah, I will see you next time. Peace out. Welcome back to, wait, do I say that anymore? No, I don't say that anymore. When you forget to look up how much protein you're supposed to get a day, because I bet you don't even know that. Okay, number 2. And humans are biologically not even carnivores. Love that.